Hi, guys, welcome to Real Issues Live with Crystal. This is where we have authentic conversations about issues that affect us as society. Join me as I have different guests coming in to share their take on various topics. Subscribe and share with a friend. The PEP exams. All right, so as most of you know, I had a school. I started off as preschool with students, 2-year-olds, and three of those students would have now been in grade 6. So I started with them, and I wanted to ensure that I completed the journey. So even though I had challenges before, I wanted to ensure that, especially those who started with me, they were able to complete. And so I struggle. I struggle because of the fact that this wouldn't be our true. I feel as if it wouldn't be our true potential because of the fact that it is virtual. So imagine it's going to be our first and only, because I wanted to ensure that the fact that I'm closing down the school, I at least feel as if all my 9 years didn't go down to waste. I wanted to feel as if, yes, I want to close down with a bang. And so, it was a lot of pressure on me to ensure that, even though it was just the 5 students, I wanted to ensure that we got all traditional passes, because yes, we're closing down. And not only for myself but also for the children, it would boost their confidence. I know the parents, no matter what we try to say or how we try to go around it, some parents really, they send their children to private school because they want a more one-on-one tailored learning or teaching, and so they're expecting traditional passes. All right, so I felt as if all of that pressures was on me to ensure that I delivered, especially being that we were closing down. All right, on top of all of that, so remember, this is going to be our first year doing the PEP. I started out, I am a early childhood trained teacher, right? Which, as you know, would go up to 6. And so you guys are hearing me clearly, right? Because sometimes it gets really lonely when I'm talking to myself. I don't know if you're hearing me. And so none of my teachers had experience in the PEP, because most of my teachers are young. And so for this last September 2020, I had to get a teacher with experience in the PEP. So it don't matter how much I had to pay, I wanted my children to do very well. All right, so I went ahead and I got a teacher who had experience in PEP. She had great passes and all of that. She's coming from a public school. However, it so happened that she only did 2 terms with the children. And so the baton was left for me to find a teacher to complete it with them. All right. So right then and there, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be on me now. And I don't know if you're following my story, but during the time, my sister passed away, and I was just going through a rough time. I'm contemplating to close the school and everything. And so I remember when my sister passed, I was teaching the grade 6. So I decided to take them on, because me don't say, listen, girl can manage to do it. Girl go and take the button, even though a girl never teach a PEP class from the day she born, because is early childhood. She has the training in. But guess what? PEP is all about thinking, critical thinking. So I knew that I had to I had to finish it, and I didn't want to bring a new teacher in their space again to kind of disrupt. And since they're already used to me, I decided I was going to take it on. So while I was teaching them, I got the news that my sister passed away online. So immediately I had to end the classes. So they're here, I had to end the classes, and it was just a rough time. And remember, For those who really truly know me, remember that this is not only any sister. This sister is a sister that actually grew me, for those who knows the story. And so I'm like, I can't manage it. I feel as if listen, I'm going to give up now. How am I going to get this? Or am I going to be standing over the children and be teaching them? And guess what? I didn't have any space because I had given up the building of the school. Because, as you know, we're in the Iron Shore area. And so it's very, very expensive for the rent. We paid for 1 year straight for the rent. Almost 200,000 each month. While we were doing online classes and we're using the space. So I had to make the decision to give up the place. So in the last half now, we've been working online and we realized that the children, these grades that they're producing, there's no way they can go to traditional school with these grades online. So I had to ask one of the parents to borrow her space. She has a little villa area, so she gave us her little veranda area, and I would go there with the children from Monday to Thursday, me alone and them and God. And I would just pour into them, even though I was hurting, because remember, I'm mourning the loss. And I would pour into them each day, and I realized that if I didn't do that, those face-to-face contact, they were very important. If I didn't do that, they would continue to get the low grades from the virtual learning. So it was truly a rough time for them. But what I had to do was to get past papers. I reached out to teachers from other schools, just to assist me with this. Whenever the ministry has any PEP meetings, I would have my 5 girls there and I would join the meeting. I would have them watch the meeting too, so they can get a feel of the meeting as well. So it was truly a rough time for me and them, not having a building or anything. But I just want to tell you that out of the 5 girls, 4 got traditional passes. There's one of them who came to me in grade 5 from America. She migrated, and so she did not do the grade 4 test any at all. And what they did was to combine the grade 4 test and the grade 6 test. And so she didn't pass for traditional. And so, she's disappointed, but, we're trying to encourage her to basically to know that it doesn't matter where you go, as long as you go there and do your best. All right. So that's my little thing in terms of how I felt. I want to tell you the truth. Can I talk patois around here? My students will tell you I'm not proper. I'll tell them straight. So listen, if you don't get it right, I'm going to turn off my camera and go straight in my bed. That's what I tell them. Yes, that is how I relate to my children. But I want to tell you, I'm nearly dead because this pep thing and the anxiety, and this week is going to come out in June and then it's not going to come out again until July, and for every single night I dream so the kids go to all 5 go to the same school, and then I dream say okay, some go back to primary school because they didn't even pass, so they had to go back to Listen, it was a stressful time. I want to tell you that not only the students feel that anxiety, but teachers do feel that as well. Because remember, I want to know that they did well, and especially closing down the school. And the fact also that I will be doing tutoring. I wanted to ensure that, what I did, I can show for it. I can show, because yes, Crystal Care is a great school, but we really didn't have a track record because we really didn't send anybody off to high school. So this is going to be our track record now to show, say, yeah, we are good school. So, it was just a rough time, and it's a lot of pressure. I personally do not like the whole PEP thing. But who am I? What is the solution? I don't like it. I think it's a lot of pressure on parents, a lot of pressure on children. I just don't like it. But because I'm not one to complain without having a solution, what would be the solution? If we don't tell, I think the government tried their best, to be honest. I mean, because if they don't try to place the students, however they do it, how are they going to do it, really? Do we have a solution for them? You understand? So even though I personally don't like it, as I said, it's a lot of pressure. There are children who did not, from other schools, who didn't get to go to their first choice or even any choice at all that's on their paper because maybe the grade 4 results were not as good. And, you know, the grade 4 results, they were not as good, and then guess what, a child can improve from grade 4 to grade 5 to grade 6, but the child is penalized. So I don't love it, but as I said, what can we do? Thank you very much, Mr. Morgan. Thank you. It was a joy having her as well. All right, so that was my little 2 cents on how and my experience preparing the students for PEP and how it gave me anxiety. All right, so let's us hear from Deandra. Deandra, please add me and let me try to add you. Hi guys, thank you for joining in. We're going to hear from Deandra. Deandra is actually one of our top student. She is one of the first student to join Crystal Care when she was 2 in our little nappy or pampers, and after I had to clean her bottom, and she couldn't use wipes because she's allergic to wipes, so I had to get rag. I mean, I wonder, say, why this lady giving me so much work, you know, when the mother tell me, say, she allergic to wipes. So me don't like them something, you know. I had to, when I'm cleaning her, get a pan and wash it out and use the rag and wipe and, you know. And so she's one of the Crystal Care babies. I remember when her mommy started, her mommy said she thinks that something is wrong with her because she would just not, she would talk, you know, but she would repeat everything. Deandra, what is your name? Deandra, what is your name? Deandra, it is time for lunch. Deandra, it's time for lunch. So she would just be so animated, and that was her thing. She repeats everything. And so her mommy was worried that something is wrong with her. But I told her, mommy, listen, give us 1 month with her. You see, in the space of 1 month, that little 2-year-old girl, you don't want to know. So from then, yes, I tell mommy, yes, mommy, something is wrong with her. But you know what's wrong with her? She's gifted. Yes, she's gifted and special. And so, you know, she was one of them who started to read from 3. And, you know, people try to compare their children to her because of the fact that she started from 3. Come on, I don't, that's just her. Every child work at their own pace. And so I want to hear from her as to her journey. Deandra, are you here? Please type here and then let me add you. Guys, are you hearing me? Because I'm telling you, I'm talking and I don't know if you're hearing. I can see that you're joining, but I don't know if you're hearing. Let me know if you're hearing me. Or type Deandra for me. Let me see. Deandra, are you here? Deandra, just type here and then I will add you from here. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I'm seeing it. Okay. All right. Okay, she's typing, I'm here, Deandra. Okay, let me see if I can go live. How comes it not? Deandra, ask your sister to help you to send a request to join the live. I'm not able to join the live from here. Ask you to join it from here. So ask her if she, or maybe what you can do, exit, jump on back, and when you jump on, it will show you send request. All right, so we're going to hear from her, and then we hear from Kayla. All right, Deandra, so exit, jump off, and jump on. Any questions in the meantime? So after Deandra, we'll have Kayla, we will have Shretika, and then Jamani Tomlin from DMP. Deandra, are you able to send the request? Kayla is here. Deandra, are you able to send the request? Remember, as I said, just exit and rejoin the live. All right, so in the meantime, while Deandra, hi Obi, while Deandra is trying to join, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. While I was away on the season break, I've gotten a lot of DMs telling me that I'm missed. I'm like, me? Wanna miss me? Really? And I felt good because you want to know that you are impacting, because that's why you're doing it, right? You're doing it to impact people. And so thank you guys so much for the love and the support. All right. Still not getting Deandra. Okay, yes, I have her now. Okay. Deandra?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. 1 second. I'm trying to see if guys, are you seeing Deandra clearly? You're hearing her clearly. How are you, Deandra?
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. I'm okay, Miss Sampson.
Okay. Before I get into your questions, can you just tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Okay, hello, guests. My name is Deandra Darby. Um, I'm 11 years old. I just graduated grade 6, and I'm really good at drawing.
Okay. Thank you, my darling. So did you hear me spilling the beans?
Yes, I did.
Are you embarrassed?
Yes, very much, very much.
Oh, I am so sorry. All right. I didn't mean to do
It's
that to
okay.
you. All right. So you're getting a lot of congratulations on your
Thank you,
first choice.
everyone.
On your first choice, Multalvernia. So Deandra basically only got one wrong in her pep, Girl get 96%. Yes, girl. Go girl. But congratulations. I just want you to know that, it didn't come as a surprise, but who to tell with everything that's happening now with the pandemic, we never know. So the first thing I want to ask you is, did you have any doubt that you would have gotten your first choice? Just be honest with the students who are watching right now. What was it like?
No, I didn't really have much doubt because I did need 85% to pass, and I had my grade 4 grades to back me up. And I did do a lot of studying, especially with you and Miss Fraser and all my other teachers. They all had my back mentally and physically, so I didn't really have much doubt.
Okay, so you thought that because you put out the work, because when you guys came out of the exam and you told me that it's easy, you thought that we over prepared you. What was the thought?
You know, I didn't think that you over prepared me. I didn't.
Okay, because when you guys saying that it's easy, I'm like, easy. Wonder if they know what they're talking about. So how easy was it compared to what the questions that you would have gotten in class?
It's the same. It's the same. We covered the same topics in our day classes, extra lessons, and the face-to-face classes that you gave us. So most of the topics we were all familiar with.
Oh, okay. So do you think? All right. Sorry. Transitioning from virtual, from face to face to virtual. So you have always been a top student, but for the first part of your virtual, when you just started, I was very disappointed because your grade started to drop, and we started to see a different side of Deandra where you were not turning in as much work. We're not seeing the Deandra online as the Deandra that we know face to face. No, how hard was it for you to snap out of that? How hard was it for you to transition from face to face to virtual?
Well, it was a little bit difficult getting used to staying at home and using Zoom to go to classes. I feel like I do much better face to face than I do in virtual reality because I'm a lot more comfortable in my home surroundings. But at school, it's like a different atmosphere.
Okay. So you think the level of comfort makes you a little bit complacent?
Yeah,
So what
that's what
did
I'm trying to say.
Okay, so what gave you that push to start to improve? Is it that is it your mom? Is it your school, your teacher? Because when I noticed your grades starting to shift, as I said, I was disappointed. I had to talk to your mom because we know what you can produce. Is it that after a while when you figure out like, listen, we're not going back to school for now, so we have to buckle up, or is it that you were given less time to do your online or whatever you do when you're on your free time? How did you start to get up back that gear?
It was my mom actually. She noticed my grades were dropping after you addressed her, so she made me do Saturday classes with some other students and the teacher, and that like really gave me the boost I needed.
Okay, all right. Because I think I want to ask somebody else about the importance of extra lessons as well. So extra lessons, because some parents, they have the mind that because you're sending your child to school, you don't need to do extra lessons. But definitely extra lessons is a push because practice becomes perfect. All right, Deandra, as an A student, how hard is it to maintain that throughout? Because everybody is kind of expecting that you will always be on top. I remember when you did the grade 4 test and your other peers got, two of them got two highly proficiency and you got one highly proficiency and one proficiency. The teachers were shocked. You were shocked because everybody were expecting you to basically get the two highly proficiency. But how how hard is it to maintain being an A student in terms of what people expect from you right up to grade 6?
Okay, so I don't really know what to say about that question, but it isn't that hard as long as you believe in yourself and you know that others believe in you, and you just feel like you can't let others down because they're expecting so much from you. So sometimes you feel pressured because if you mess up, you might let everybody down. Um, that, how do I put it now? That's not really something you should think. If you fall down, just get back up again. It doesn't. If other people believe in you and they know what to expect from you, you know what to expect from yourself. So just keep working hard and do your best, because it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you do your best trying it. That's what somebody once told me.
Okay, I like that answer. And also, I remember why I asked you this question. I remember you were acting out at one point in school. At one point, I even got mad at you and I almost lost it at you. I don't want to say that on air. Do you remember that? Do you remember that moment?
Yes, I do.
Yes. I almost lost it, and I remember you lashed out and you said, I'm tired of always being the good girl, because the one time I do something bad, I get into trouble, but others do it and it's like the norm. And I'm telling you that you don't need to look on others. Yes. So it was I feel as if you felt pressured because we're saying, no, Deandra, we expect the best from you. So that is why I'm asking you, what came over you when you had that lashed out moment of feeling as if you
Yes.
want to? Is it that you feel as if you want to, you have always been good and you want to break the rules? What was happening to you then?
Okay, that was just me being a kid and me just feeling like I've been pressured too much. I wasn't being pressured really. I probably just got mad at something because something happened. I don't really remember, but I do remember I said something like that. It's just life. Sometimes when other people do stuff, they never get caught, and then when you do it, you actually get in trouble. That's just how life goes. But I actually don't want to break away from the chains. I'm fine being the good girl, not that I am being chained up.
Ah, because you have students here watching, Yes. All right. Finally, talk to the students who, as I said, are top students, but they feel as if they want to tone down a little. Like when you are always the first one to answer question in class. You're always the first one to get up and want to participate. And so people may think as if, hey, oh, she enough so. Or she always, is Deandra going to always get it right? Is always she going to get it? I know it must be her. How do you deal with that form of pressure?
So I can say this, there's no pressure really. I just do what I do best. It's fun to answer questions, especially when you know the answer. Most times when a teacher asks you the question and you know the answer, you feel like you have to be the first person to say it and you don't want anybody else to get it right. And sometimes when you get the question wrong, even though you're so sure it's correct, um, you feel embarrassed or like you messed up right there, but it's not a problem because sometimes when I'm sure I get a question right and the teacher say it's wrong, I keep on my toes and I keep telling them that this is why it's right and so forth. And sometimes even the teachers make a mistake, so it's okay to mess up, and uh, and it's okay to be the first person to answer the question, even if you get it wrong, because sometimes you're actually correct and some people make mistakes. It's all right.
So
So there's no.
have you ever felt as if you want to just be quiet and don't say something to because you don't want the other kids to say that you're always the first one, or you have never felt that way?
I have felt that way sometimes. I feel like it's like sometimes you can give others a chance to see the questions, because I know some people have the questions but they're just too shy to say it. So sometimes I just stay quiet and wait for them to answer, or sometimes I just go and answer the question. It's
Okay.
fine to give others a chance.
Okay, but you have never felt as if you need to dim your light in order for others to shine. You just
No,
continue shining. Okay, my darling, I just want to tell you congratulations again. I'm very proud of you. Do you want to say any final words?
no, I'm good.
Come on, say some final words, man. Do some thank yous. Do some thank yous. Do some big up and thank yous.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for taking the time to join this live stream, and thank you everyone for having me, and thank you to our host Miss Thompson for making me join and say a few words.
And
And
what
I hope this stream encourages all the children who didn't do so well in the PEP that they can do better next time and they can keep trying, because it doesn't matter what you do as long as you do your best.
all right, and you need to thank some persons who helped you in the preparation of the PEP. Go ahead.
Yes, I would like to thank you, Miss Thompson, Miss Fraser, Miss Wilson, Miss Williams, Mr. Gale, all of my teachers who helped me get this far, and I know they're all proud of me, and I'm proud of them for putting so much effort into this class of 2021.
And what about your parents or anybody in your household?
Um,
Huh?
yes, I would thank my mom for giving me the Saturday classes because I actually did need it. It gave me the boost I needed. And I would like to thank my sister for helping me join the stream because I was having a few problems.
So, Deandra, you don't want to, your sister or your brother or your father, no, or your mother, nobody helped you to study? You don't want to thank nobody for helping you to study?
Well, yes, my sister did help me with a few questions I was having trouble in classes.
Okay.
And my brother did help me with a few technical issues that I had when I was joining Zoom meetings. And my mother did help me put in the extra work to pass this exam.
All right.
And so did my dad. So I'd like to thank those people.
Okay, Deandra. Finally, do you think I was a bit lenient on you, or I was a bit hard? How was the preparation getting into the exam?
Um,
Be honest.
you were doing yes, I'm gonna be honest. You were doing your best, and you weren't that hard on us. You were like perfect. Sometimes you were strict, sometimes you were soft, like most of the other teachers who taught me. And like when you said earlier in the stream that you were saying that if we didn't get this question right, you would turn off your camera and go to sleep. That was very funny.
So
And I
what
didn't think you were actually serious, but I still kept trying, just in case you would actually turn off your camera and go to sleep.
because you're like, this teacher must be crazy. She's saying that to me. But thank you, Deandra. I'm proud of you. I know that we will definitely keep contact, and I will see you at our award ceremony coming up in August. All right. Continue being a bright shining star. All right.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, so we're gonna
Bye.
hear from Kayla. So see if you can look if there's something that's it. Okay. So we're gonna hear from Kayla. So Kayla is actually uh it's actually a teacher's child. She was going to a primary school, and when the teacher came to teach at Crystal Care, she wanted that kind of setting for her daughter, and so what she did, she moved the child from the primary school, and it's a very prominent primary school. um However, she wanted a more one-on-one for her, because as you know, how it goes in terms of the amount of students in that class. And so she moved her, and so we had a little bit of a doubt, because to be honest with you, schools prefer to start the children rather than getting them from another school. That is what we really prefer. We prefer if we give them the foundation. However, when she came, we worked with her, and she's a smart girl, and so we're gonna hear from her as to how the transition was from leaving one school to another with just 2 years of doing her PEP and going to high school. So Kayla, please, I'm gonna ask you to send a request, exit, and then rejoin. And as soon as you rejoin, it's gonna give you the option to send request. All right. As usual, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Somebody can tell me the time, please. Somebody tell me the time. Okay, here is Kayla. Go live with Kayla. Hi. Are you hearing me clearly? Seeing me clearly? You are a bit low. Guys, are you hearing Kayla? Kayla? Kayla, try to use it without the earphone. Say something now. All right. Thank you guys for the time. Kayla? I'm still not hearing you. Exit, exit, and rejoin and try again. Um, Jamani, please just bear with me a little bit. I know that you have another interview tomorrow morning. Yes, my boy. You are my boy. I haven't met you personally, but you are my boy. So I know you need to get your interview going quickly. But let us just finish off with the girls. All right, ladies before gentlemen. All right, Kayla, exit, rejoin again, and then I'm going to ask Shretika to join. Come on, Kayla. All right. Shretika, can you join in the meantime? And we'll have Kayla after a while she sorts out her technical difficulties. Shretika, exit, send a request to join. Oh boy, Shretika, you give me a lot. Your story, boy, your story. Shretika gave me Shretika gave me a headache. Run up the pressure, sky high. Oh, Shretika, she she's actually our first student. When I was setting up the school, her daddy was next because we started off at Holiday Village, and so her daddy was next to the where I'm setting up. Her daddy worked next to where I'm setting up, and so hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm just giving them a little synopsis. So give me a minute. Let me tell my story. All right. And and then he came and he's like, "Oh, I have a daughter. I'm gonna support you. Cause me say well set up school, good, and I have no students." And so Shwetika was one of the first ones. We realized that she was extremely smart from 2 years, very outspoken and all. However, in the latter part of her years, Shwetika not performing as how she's supposed to. And so she run up my blood pressure because every day I'm out. Shrutika, why you're not interested in your work? What happened? We're on her. And when Shrutika heard her choice, Shrutika said something to me, and I had to really laugh. Shrutika, first of all, I was passing her shop, so she got a face to face. So I got a reaction face to face when I told her that the school that she's going to. She's like, me? And she jumped up, just that joy on her face, because she really probably felt as if, because of the fact that she wasn't doing that well in her latter years, it wasn't going to be one of those traditional schools, one of her first choices. And so when I called her back the next day, you know what the little girl said to me? Tell me now, is it that they mixed up my pep results? She think I'm actually calling her to tell her that they mix it up. But I said, no, my darling, you got placement for Mount Alvernia High. You're a smart girl, you deserve it. Why would you think that they mixed it up? All right, so Shratika, your question. How did you feel about your placement? Your first question. Before you do that, though, can you tell everybody about yourself?
My name's Shwetika. I'm 11 years old, and uh, not really much interesting about me.
How you
I
know
kind
that?
of
you're,
draw.
you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, I kind of like to draw.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's it?
yeah, mostly that.
Okay. How did you feel about your placement?
Oh God, I was so happy. I was like in mixed emotions. Like I didn't even know what to feel. I was like in shock. I was so happy. I wanted to cry. I wanted to laugh. Uh, I don't know. I just so happy.
So were you surprised?
Ah, yes, actually.
Why?
Um, I uh, I was surprised. Really because I don't
Hmm?
know. I was surprised because I got like a good school. Like I got a traditional high school. So it's really kind of surprising because your whole life you've been working up to this, and then you actually accomplish your
Okay.
goal.
Okay. And you felt as if, you probably wouldn't have, because of, as I said, in the last part of your studies, you basically lacked interest. So I wanted to talk to the students who lacks interest throughout the online classes. They were just not enthused. I remember calling your daddy. I had to call your daddy. I had to call your mommy. They tell me that, listen, Shrutika is not interested in schoolwork. She just want to be on her phone and stuff like that. And so, at what point did you actually buckle up, or did you even, or what took you to actually buckle down and say, listen, it's time for me to get focused? So talk to those persons who may lack interest and stuff. Motivate those children.
Okay, it's okay to feel unmotivated, but still, even though, try your best. Like, just try at least, kind of study a little. Try to do a little bit a day and a day, just a little, day by day.
Okay, so what you're saying is a balance. It's okay to have the phone or whatever, but you have to put in the schoolwork in it. That's what you're saying?
Yes, you have to, put your schoolwork before you put your technology and devices.
Okay. So at what point did you actually buckle down in terms of what took that? Is it like leading up to the exam? Is it that your parents took away the phone? Is it that they put you on a schedule? What happened that transformed you?
My mom put me in extra lessons, and I also just, I don't know, it was just a little ding in me. It just told me, okay, it's time to start doing your schoolwork, and trying your best, and it's time to do your work.
Okay. And extra lessons. How important is extra lessons, Ritika? That's your final question.
Extra lessons is very important. You may think it's very annoying for your parents to be putting you in extra lessons, but let me tell you something, extra lessons is very, very, very important.
Even when you're tired, sometimes some students may think that at the end of the day they don't want to be doing any classes because they're so tired from online classes in the day, or it's weekend where you put in mean Saturday classes. So you say those final words to those students who feel that way.
It's very much worth it to, do your Saturday classes, your extra lessons after school, because it's very motivating when you hear that you're going to a very good school. It's
Okay.
very
Okay, so basically, what she's trying to say, for the students here, it doesn't. She wasn't one of those who were motivated and enthused about classes. So especially because she's not, she needs that extra lessons aspect of it, because practice becomes perfect. And at one point, she had to buckle down and know that, listen, I want I want to feel a certain way, so I am going to put in the work because I want to make my parents proud, and that in itself is motivating her. Did your principal do anything to motivate you?
Yes, she did. We had lots of talks. She kept talking to me saying, "Hey, Shortika, you really need to do this. You want to make your parents very happy and all of that." And that was also
So she
helping
didn't
to,
she didn't promise you anything
yes,
that,
she
that
did.
motivated you?
She
What?
promised me the hotel and the lunch, or sorry, dinner.
What? You hear that, guys? I promised them hotel. So I'm start collecting donation for the hotel. I promised them donation hotel if they do well. So I have to give up that. So if you want to assist me, So when you heard that, you felt as if you it was did it make me promising you to go to the hotel and stuff and have fun? Did that make had any impact on you? Or I was just talking? What, tell me. How did you really feel? You think I was just bluffing, or that actually motivated you to do well too?
I kind of thought you were just making, like, you just wanted your students to be motivated. And but when you told me the story that Adri and all of that, I kind of realized, Yes, you're not joking. And yeah.
Okay, so yes, guys, I had an extra lesson student. I didn't have grade six or anything before, and I had an extra lesson student, and I promised her if she went to a traditional high school, I'm gonna buy her a phone, and that I did buy her the phone. I kept my word. And you guys are going to the hotel. We have our date set already, so we have it all locked. All right. So before you go, Shrutika, I just want you to know that I'm very proud of you, and you don't let anybody tell you that you can't make it. Don't let anybody put their mouth on you to say, okay, you can't do it. I've always believed in you, and even when you were acting out and stuff, I've always tried to bring you in my office. I'm like everybody, a counselor, principal, everybody. I try to motivate you, just to let you know that you are smart. Just keep on the ball. So guys, never say never. As I said, she did run up my blood pressure because I was worried about her, especially being one of the first students and not producing. I was really stressed about that. But even though I was worried, I never had a doubt that she would bloom. All right. So never you think that, okay, because your child is right now, they're not performing in the 4 or 5. Some grades that Shrutika give me grade 4 or 5 as I stress me out. And then she just started to bloom. All right. So with hard work, they can achieve. And if they believe in themselves as well. All right. Any final word, Shrutika?
Yes. Just because you never went to a school of your choice, you didn't go to a traditional school, does not mean you're going to fail in life. It's
Mm-hmm.
what you want for your life. So just because you weren't motivated in high school does not mean you can change your life around. You can
Right.
flip your and
Yes.
make a big success.
Thank you. And I'm a testament to that as well. I didn't go to a traditional high school. I didn't tell you guys that because I didn't. Sometimes I don't want you to get too complacent and say, okay, but teacher didn't go to. Because I know some of you know, but I didn't. And at first, I was very disappointed because I was a top student. And that is why I say I don't necessarily believe that much. But guess what? The government has their job to do. So I was a top student, and I remember when I went to my teacher, I said, "Teacher, I gone to Mount Alvernia, right?" When the GSAT came out, because that's where my sister went and that's where my mommy went, and so I wanted to follow in that footstep. And the teacher said, "Which Mount Alvernia? Anchovy, you pass figure." And I remember my heart dropped. And that teachers don't know teachers don't know how much of an impact they can have on a student. And so maybe if that teacher had said to me, come here, my darling, I know you are a top student, and you may have wanted to go to Mount Alvernia, but you did your best. I know you're smart. I really don't know what happened. Maybe because your address, you're now living in Anchovy, so maybe that wouldn't have made me feel so pressured, and I felt as if I wasn't worth it. That is how I felt, to be honest. But after going to Anchovy, and you meet your friends and you meet your teachers, because the aim was to go there for a year and then get a transfer. And so and realizing that I'm top student in most of the classes in there, I'm like, I don't want to change again. I met my best friends there, and so yes, big up Chovy. I'm not telling you that is the best, but it's what you go there to do. All right, Shrutika. So thank you for those final words. Come on, thank some people for me now. Big up some people, Shrutika, please, and thanks.
Okay, I want to say thank you to all my teachers. I'm talking about like from grade 1
Mm-hmm. Hello,
to
hello. You need to start from kindergarten too. Big up Auntie Barrett. Hello, from
literally
preschool.
literally from KG up to grade 6. Thank
Yes.
you to all teachers, and I want to thank my parents and every single person that has motivated me to get up to this position.
Okay, my darling. And you will do well. And of course, we will see each other soon. All right. Bye. All right,
Bye.
Caleb. Bye, darling. Um, um, please, Jamani. Please, I'm begging you. Just give me 5 minutes with Kayla. All right? 5 minutes with Kayla, please. Kayla, please rejoin. Let me see what's happening with your audio now. All right, Kayla. Kayla? Kayla? Kayla, Kayla, Kayla. Kayla. Guys, are you hearing her? Kayla? Kayla?
Can you hear me?
Yes! I want you to let the baby come out of the room, all right? Let me focus on you. All right, Kayla, so we are hearing you now. Are you still hearing me?
Yeah,
Are you hearing me,
I am.
Kayla? Okay.
Yes.
Kayla, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself before I ask you the questions?
My name's Kayla. I'm 12 years old. I'm
Mm-hmm.
obviously grade 6. Was in grade 6. I'm going to be in grade 7 this year.
Uh-huh.
I like to sing.
You like to sing?
Yes.
Wow. All right, Kayla. Your question is, how was the transition? How was the transition from coming from a primary school setting? I don't want you to call the name of the primary school. A primary school setting to a private setting. And just in not just a matter of a year to get prepared for your grade 6 exam, and not necessarily only the primary to prep, but just overall change of the environment that you're used to a new environment with new students and stuff like that. How was that transition?
At first I was pretty upset. I was, honestly. But
You were upset
for
because you didn't want to move?
no, because I've been there for 4 years. I had all my friends there. I didn't really
Yes.
know anyone. No, my mom worked there.
Yes.
I visit sometimes after school,
Right.
but I was pretty obsessed that time. But when I
Mm-hmm.
went there, I got to know everyone. I made friends. I made friends with everyone actually. The grade
Right.
fours, almost everyone. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my mom teached other class. I made friends in there too.
Right.
But um, oh, and I learned to speak properly there. I didn't learn. Yeah, I was very horrible at speaking English. I said English poorly. I did it really bad. But I learned for the past 3 years. 3 years now.
2 years,
Or
yeah. Okay. Yeah, not easy at all. All right. So it was not that bad because reason why I asked you this question. Some students are moving from, especially as you know, Crystal Care is closing down, and the parents are probably a bit worried in terms of how they would transition into another school in just 2 years or a year after, doing the PEP. So you're saying, at first it may be a bit challenging, but once you warm up to it, it will be okay. All right. The fact that the mommy is not was away for your grade 6 exam. You're basically, your mom is a teacher, would have normally helped you, and the fact that she had to go away abroad for that entire year, how did that impact you?
it kind of did. She left last year
Uh-huh.
with my brother. Um,
Mm-hmm. How did you feel about that?
I was pretty sad, but then I got used to it in a couple of weeks. I talked to her a lot of times. I
Mm-hmm.
video chat to her. I still speak to her a lot of times. Even though
Right.
sometimes she's at work, I will get to speak to her sometimes in the week.
Right. Right.
But I was not really sad. Yeah.
Okay. So at first it was a bit hard, but then at first it was a bit hard, but then after a while you get through it
Go
because
for it. 7 minutes.
sometimes Kayla, sometimes things happen, and I went either mommy or daddy, they have to go to work or something, and it affects the children. But I just wanted you to talk to them to let them know that it's not the end. They can still push through and go to the school of their choice. So the fact that you did not get your first choice, second choice, you got one of the choices way down. How But it's still a traditional high school, William Nib. Um, how did you feel about that? Talk to those students who are disappointed in not getting their first choice.
I was pretty shocked. I mean,
Uh-huh.
yes, I wanted to go to because the other three, they got the same choices. I
Yes.
wanted to go together with them.
Right.
So I was pretty mixed feelings, happy, sad, confused,
Right.
but that's how life is. Sometimes you're gonna have to leave the past behind. And I still can talk to them, I still have their numbers.
Right.
Yeah. But well, I think one more choice is because live is somewhere near to where I live. Like it's not really far
Yes.
because Alberta High is really far from where I live.
Right. Okay, so even though you didn't get that first choice, it was one of your choices, and it's closer to where you live, anyways, and so
Yes,
you're
on the
still
extra
happy.
highway.
A little bit disappointed that none of your friends will be going there, but you will still go there and do well. All right, Kayla, I'm very proud of you, and definitely we will keep contact. I want to continue to hear of you shining. I think that you're very good at talking. I'm not sure if you want to be hosting with me one day. Real Issues Live. Let's see. But just keep it up and continue to shine. Any final words? Kayla, your background is a bit noisy. Any final words before we get Jamani?
Um, to all the children that are here, I don't know how much, but I'll say don't give up, even though probably don't get your first choice. Schools are schools. Some of them are bad, some of them are good, but they're still schools. They have the same teachers. You learn the same things. Every school learns the same things. Every high school, just because they're not tradition, doesn't mean that they're bright. Some non-tradition schools, they have very bright children.
Right, right,
So you don't need to be down. You take control of your future. It's your
right,
life. You get to do what you do with it. So
right.
yeah.
All right. Thank you, my darling. You want to do any big ups, any thank yous?
Um, Thank you to my teachers. Even
Mm-hmm.
though I don't know you pretty long, it's been 3 years. Thank you to you, Miss Sutton,
You're welcome.
for taking your time and teaching us. It
Mm-hmm.
was very long, like what you were saying at the beginning, like you stopped Thursday, Monday to Thursday, I think, Tuesday to Thursday.
Yes.
You send us to somewhere. I think you went to place on the veranda. You
Mm-hmm.
learned how to teach. I know you were being pushed. I know you were pushing yourself because your sister passed away that time.
Right.
Um, and even when you couldn't be there, you didn't give up. You paid some teachers,
Yes, I
Miss
did.
Miss Wilson, Mr. Wilson's, and Miss Wilson to teach us.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. You gave us past papers to do,
Right.
and I did pretty bad in them. I did pretty bad. Yeah.
All right, Kayla, don't make me cry now. Yes, but that's true, guys. The last week I had to get Wilson's tutoring to come in because that was the week of the funeral. Everybody coming from abroad. I have to be on the road, and so I didn't want them to drop the ball, so I got someone to come in with them. So, thank you very much, Kayla, and all the best. All right, so we're gonna hear from Jamani. All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Are so
Bye.
welcome. Yes. Jamani, please send a request. And sorry to keep you waiting. All right, guys. So Jamani Tomlin, I don't know him personally. He doesn't go to Crystal Care. He actually goes to DMP Academy. But I've seen him on social media, and I see. I am all into. I am all into chil- children on entrepreneurship. And so even at Crystal Care, I taught some of my children how to start their own business. So if you see on my personal page, I would post and stuff. Hi, Jamani. So when I saw Jamani putting out his own business, I was so impressed. All right, so I'm gonna let you tell them a little bit about yourself before we get into the questions. Welcome to Real Issues Live with Crystal.
Hello, thank you for having me,
You're
Crystal.
welcome.
My name is Imani Tumbling. I'm 12 years old
Mm-hmm.
and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm actually a kid entrepreneur and I like reading, swimming, playing games, and listening to music.
Wow, a kid entrepreneur. Ah, at what age did you become a kid entrepreneur?
At the age of 11, because when I was 11, I actually came up with the idea to start the business.
Right, right, right. Wow. I want to tell you, from afar, I'm very proud of you. I definitely will support you. Guys, later on, he's going to show us some of his work. And I'm going to urge you, I know it's hard on everyone now, but once you can support, please go ahead and do so and encourage him. But before we get into the business part of it, you just passed your PEP exams. And I saw a clip of you where you act to the exam, you wore the tie of the school that you wanted to go to. Is that what happened?
Yes, I did wear the tie to the
Oh,
exam.
oh.
And even the people who were like passing out the papers, they just kind of looked at me and stuff.
So your teacher allowed you to wear the tie in class? That was fine?
Yes, they did.
Okay, I love that school. Yes, big up DMP. That sound like me. But I want you to tell everybody, how hard was it to balance a business and studying for these PEP exams? How did you balance?
Well, well for the business. Okay, so originally I just came up with the business. I just came up with the business, and Pep just came up. And because everything was kind of like coming at me really fast, I needed to organize everything. So I realized that I would have to put the business aside for a while and I have to focus on my exams. So I studied a lot. I went to a lot of extra lessons and online classes. And because
Mhm.
at the time we were doing online classes, I would go on the internet and I would look up for online quizzes and stuff that would help me get a better, which would help me get a better understanding of some of the questions I know was in the text.
Okay, so you had to take a little break from the business part of it to focus fully on the PEP exams.
Yes.
Okay. Some boys, they love to play video games. They're all into this whole what you call it? What the game name? PS5 or something?
Fortnite,
PS5? What a game name? Ah,
PS5, Xbox,
all of
yeah.
them. Okay. So are you one of those guys? What do you like to do?
Well, usually I just like to try and see if I get any orders first, and then if I see that I don't get any kind of orders, I just go relax. Usually, what I do is I just go and listen to some music. I sleep, and then I just enjoy the rest of my day. Go for a little walk,
So
just to
you are not
calm
one
my
of
mind.
those game boys who are into the.
I play games. No, I play games once in a while,
Oh,
but not all the time.
oh, okay, okay. So you do it once in a while. You are more focused. All right. So can you encourage the students right now who will be doing their PEP exams next year? Can you encourage them? Just tell them the importance of studying, please, and thank you.
Okay. So for all the children who have to redo their exams, do not be discouraged. You have another chance, even though
Oh
you're
no,
gonna,
they won't
have
redo it.
to.
They won't redo it. They're in grade 5 now, and they'll be going to grade 6. Mm-hmm. So they will do their exams next year. So encourage them in terms of they talk to them because they think everything is all about YouTube and stuff like that. Talk to them and tell them the importance of studying.
of studying is very important because like it's nice to get some free time for yourself, but it's also very important to study. So what you could do is like you take a few minutes to study and then like you take a few minutes to play games and stuff because you shouldn't just stay up all night and study because that's not very good for you. And I'm not saying that you should just like study for like a quick second and then just don't study like you just study for one quick second and then like you just say, okay, I'm done with studying, time to go play my games. No. You just take some time to study and then after you just like, like take a nap, walk, just take a nice breather and then you just go back to your studying. That's what I suggest.
Right, because what they'll do is they'll say, okay, and if they rush the studying, but they don't rush the game. So they rush the studying. So guys, please, it's very important. Hard work pays off. And also it is important to believe in yourself. All right? Jamani manifested his pass to, is it Cornwall College or Herbert Morrison?
Cornwall
Or
College, because I went to Cornwall College trying to the test.
you did what? Yes, yes.
I wore the Cornwall
Yes,
College
I don't remember. Okay. So he manifested that. He said, listen, I am going to work towards this. In order for me to get the Cornwall College passes that I have, I'm going to have to focus, know what is important, prioritize. So yes, I want to play my game and yes, I want to go on my YouTube, but I'm going to spend the time to study. And I'm not going to just go in the book and say, oh, mommy, I study. I'm going to actually earnestly sit down and study. And that is why I suggest to the parents, you need to have a schedule for your children. Do not think that because they are grade 6 or grade 5 students, they're responsible enough to manage themselves. You as parents have to take responsibility. All right, you have to be the one to set the schedule for them, just as though they work with a timetable at school. You have to set the timetable at home. So try that, and I guarantee you will see results. All right, so can you just tell us a little bit about the business? How did you come up with the name?
Well, I'm in Jamaica, so and like the star code is 876, and most businesses start with 876. So I just decided to go with 876.
Okay.
And
Oh, so your mommy has a business. What is? Do you mind telling us about your mom's business?
well, yeah, she's a restaurateur. She owns a seafood establishment. It's called Esmeralda's.
What is it called? Where
Esmeralda's.
is it?
Well, she's gonna reopen it because it got shut down a while back, but she's getting up back on her feet.
Okay, I'm definitely going to support her, and I'm definitely going to support you. Can you just show us a little bit of you have your product with you right now? Show us one or two.
No, I
You didn't bring no.
didn't
I
really
can't believe you don't bring any to showcase. And
I'm sorry.
guys,
I'm sorry.
please, I'm asking you to go on his page and look up his stuff. All right, he sells rug. That's for the outdoor mat, and I see some nice one that says "Call before you come on me." That is me. Nobody can come on me. I am not open up the door. All if you see the car out there, me no in there. Do not come at my yard without calling me. And so he has all kind of prints on his rugs outside. You can put your business name on it for business places and stuff. I'm not necessarily a flowers person, but I think I want to buy one of those planter thing. Can artificial flowers put in there?
Yes.
Right. I'm going to put artificial flower in there. But guys, I'm asking you, go ahead and support him, encourage him. All right.
Okay.
Tell him that.
Please follow up my page 876 Rug Dealer and follow
All
me.
right. Do me a favor. Type it and let me pin it. So support him. Even if you're not buying it for yourself, you can buy it for a friend. Support him. I love to see kid entrepreneurs, kids in business. All right. So check him out. Type it and let me tag pin it, please. Check out 876. Yes. Let me ask you something. Usually anybody that comes on my life to advertise, they have to at least give one like a $200 discount. Have you ever spoken to your mommy about your momager about that? If they should text you and say, I was on the live with real issues with Crystal, can I get a little bit of discount? Would you be willing to do that?
Well, they wouldn't really be the first to ask for a discount. I mean, if you're trying to support my business, why are you trying to ask for a discount? Just support the
Yeah,
business.
yes, because but guess what? No, people love you never know say people love sweets. So because of the live now, only because of the live, you could say, you know, all right, if you because you were on the live, type that you were on the live with real issues with Crystal, and you get, let's say you say a 2% off. People love sweets, you never know that.
Yes.
So it's something that you'd be willing to do.
Okay. I will think about
Okay,
it.
think about it. All right. But guys, you hear what him
Seriously
say?
talking.
Listen to me, boy. Listen. You see, you have the right attitude in business. You hear what him say? If you're going to support me, why you asking me for discount? And it's support, you're supporting me. But only because of the live though, in this case. Or maybe some people even say it's fine. I don't necessarily need the discount. But guys, if he's even one or two of you, please go over there and support him. I am definitely going to support him. Can you tell us about the prices?
Well, for the mat, it's 9,000, and for the planter box, it's 7,000.
Okay. And they can customize it, whatever they want to put on it, they can. All right. I just want to tell you that I'm very, very proud of you. Keep it up. And I'm looking for greater things from you, in the future. I know you may add on and expand and do whatever. I don't want you to feel pressured, though. Do it at your own pace. All right. All the best. Do you have any
Okay.
final words to the PEP students?
Yes, I do. Wait, which PEP students? The one that are gonna do the grade six
The
yet?
one that are going to do the grade 6 and the one that did it already and probably did not get the school of their choice.
Okay, I'll go with the ones that didn't get the school of their
Go.
choice. Is that
That's
okay?
fine.
Okay, for those who didn't get their first choice, that's okay. You will have many other opportunities to release the greatness that is within you. So don't let that 1 hour and 15 minutes, determine your future.
I like that. All right. Talk to the ones who are going to do it now. Talk to them about manifesting, that big word, that exactly the exact thing what you do. And not only them, but guess what? You see that thing that you did, you are actually talking even to adults too, because sometimes adults they want to do things and they doubt themselves. So the fact that you said, listen, I'm gonna do this exam. I am going to get a Cornwall College tie. I am going to put on the Cornwall College tie because this is the school that you visualize that. Talk to those students who will be doing their PEP in grade 6 or next year. Go ahead. Talk to them about manifesting.
Manifest is a nice big word and it has a meaning. It means that you have to basically, like when you want something, you have to just start imagining it. Like just like imagine that, okay, I'm in the Cornwall building and I'm going into this classroom and everything. Like, and if it helps you, like just probably like just drive by the Cornwall school if you can. And if you're lucky, you can probably like get some, like if your parents went to Cornwall and they somehow have like some old Cornwall or like any kind of school that you want to go to and they went to that school and they have some old clothes from that school,
Mm-hmm.
you can just put that's another thing you can do when you want to manifest something.
Yeah.
And if not, you can just always imagine it, you can pray about it, you can meditate about it. And one of the best things you can do is actually just pray and meditate about it. Just like imagine yourself scoring 100%, like scoring a
What
hundred
was
percent
what
on the
was the
test.
percent on the PEP that you got? The grade 6.
Well, I didn't really get the
Oh,
percentage. I just know that I'm going to come in.
oh, you didn't get the grade for the at the bottom. Okay, okay, all right. Well, I just want to, encourage you, tell you thank you for taking the time out to come on my show, and I just want to tell you to do your big up now and do your thank yous.
Okay. So big up to the person who has encouraged me since kindergarten, my KG3 teacher, Miss Hardin. She has been my biggest supporter And honestly, I love her so much. And I just want to also thank my teacher slash principal, Mrs. Powell. She's been so supportive and she's always pushing everybody to do their best. And she does not know what the word defeat means, and she does not want to ever put it in a dictionary. So I just want to thank her for just putting that into my brain.
Wow.
And I also want to say thanks to my mom for always being there supporting me.
Wow. Wow. I like the fact that you remembered your kindergarten teachers, because sometimes, we give the glory to the ones who are working to us, the praises to the ones who are working with us at this moment. But we need to know that it started from kindergarten, from the very first day your child set foot in school. Each teacher impacts your child. Yes. All right. And so it's very important. That's why I want teachers to listen to this live too. It's very important what you tell the children and what you feed the children. Speak positive words over our children. And parents, you too, positive, manifest. All right. Don't talk down your children and don't give up on them. All right. Thank you very, very much. So, guys, go ahead and support him, 876 Rock Dealer. For his followers, support the Real Issues Live with Crystal page as well. Go ahead and follow. And as I said before, he has to talk to his momager to see if he can give only go 1%. If only if you say you were on the live with Crystal. So that is the tag, that is the hashtag that you have to say. You were on the live with Crystal. All right, guys. So go ahead and support him. But you see that attitude that you have, boy, you're gonna be a very good businessman. Don't make nobody come liquor down the
Thank
thing.
I receive.
Uh,
I receive.
I don't hear you.
I
You
receive.
receive it. Yeah. Hey, you. I like to meet you. I wonder if I can take you to the hotel with me when I'm going to take my 5 girls. I think about it here. Because, girl, I've done so much
Okay.
money right now. But we'll see. But thank you very much for joining our live. Bye. Have a good night and good luck on your interview tomorrow as well.
All right. Thank
You
you.
are welcome. Bye. I think you press leave because I don't know how to take you off. I think press leave live or end
Mm-hmm.
live. I don't know. Press something. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Um, if you missed it, of course, I will be saving the live where some of my students spoke about their journey, and that one wasn't my student. I actually met him on social media. I was very impressed with him because I am all for kids entrepreneur as well, because they don't teach that in school, right? However, I personally have started a business school with a business club with the help of a parent, and so some of my students are also into kids entrepreneur and making their own stuff. So I push for that. Sometimes, as I said, you have to go through the school system. It's a system, but you as a parent can change and do something that you want for your child and teach them some of the things that the schools are not teaching them. All right, so we have to work on with a curriculum, but guess what, you know where you want your child to be, so you work with your child as well. However, they have to go through the system. That's what it is. All right, but thank you very much for tuning in. I would like to say something. Please go ahead and say something quickly. Any other questions? So thank you very much. You missed something. The girls before gave some good gems. As I said, I'm going to save the live. Let your children watch it too to motivate them. And thank you. I spoke about my journey too with anxiety about this whole PEP thing, and how I couldn't sleep in the nights waiting on the results. It was just a hard time for even parents. I'm sure I should have gotten any parent on here wants to just jump on to say how they felt. Any parent on here? Don't bother be shy now, because the students were not shy. Any parent wants to just jump on quickly. I'm going to be ending the live in 5 minutes. Person names by Tia. You said you wanted to say something, or is that your daughter typing? I hope all the children out there, I hope all the best. Okay, I think that's Kaylani typing. Thank you, Kaylani. Any parent want to come on and just explain what the journey is like? And I see some parents here with their children who are in grades 4, and some of the children are in grade 5 and will be doing their tests coming up. Christina, I see Giovanna. Guys, I just want to encourage you, please. I know this year hasn't been hard on any, it hasn't been easy on anybody right across, because not only some of my students, even though we're private, you want to see some of the grades that they're getting now. And students from other schools, parents from other schools will call me and ask me for extra lessons because their children are not doing well, and they're worried about the test coming up. They are worried. But I want to say to you, do not put your yes, you're worried, but you don't need to put that energy on the children. Whatever you need to do to ensure that they're properly prepared, you are going to do that as a parent. If it means that every evening you're going to sit down with your child, go over work with your child, get the extra lessons for your child. If extra lessons alone don't help, call Crystal Care Academy and get tutoring for your child. Do something. And even if it's not Crystal Care, there are a lot of teachers now doing tutoring. So do what you need to do to ensure that your child is properly prepared. Do your best. After you have done your best, if they come out still not producing, you have done your best, and that is how it was supposed to be. All right, but do not just sit down and blame school and put everything on the school, while you know in yourself that you did not do enough to properly prepare them. Set a timetable for them, give them the schedule. This is all work and no play is no fun. I don't know about you, but if you know me, you know that when I work hard, I play after I've worked. And that is why I try to that is what I try to tell my students. Work hard, and then when you realize that you deserve the play, you'll get it. So guys, I want you to instill that in your children. Don't tell them, listen, it's a straight work, 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 work. They need some sort of, entertainment. Even us as adults do, and it is hard on us mentally, so we cannot just pressure them too much in terms of the academics. They have to have a little play as well. All right, so those parents, the children will be doing PEP next year or the year after that, and they're not doing so well now, all is not lost. You still have time. You still have August to catch up. Do something. You try some sort of extra lesson in the August. You still have time to catch up. Do not put your mouth on a child. Do not give up on your child. All right? Do your best. All right? I see somebody saying that I have Moises and Javier watching and feeling encouraged. Thank you and all the best. Thank you very much for tuning in. And Moises is just in grade 1 and him watching from now. Yes. That parent door play. All right, guys. So I'm going to go now. Thank